Hello everyone, myself Usha Mirejkar, working as a selection grade lecturer in Electronics and Communication Department, Government Polytechnic, Belgaum. Welcome to the sessions on the advanced communication. This is the Unit 6, Mobile and Wireless Communication, Session 9. In this particular session, we are going to learn about the Bluetooth technology. The contents which we are going to cover: Bluetooth components, stack, links and channels, Bluetooth networking, Bluetooth connections, transmission characteristics, and the applications. Let us begin with the features. Bluetooth is a wireless technology standard used to exchange data over the short distance. That is, it is an wireless technology. The data is exchanged from the fixed and the mobile devices. It is not compulsory that the devices should be fixed or mobile. Either it may be mobile or the fixed. From those devices, the data can be exchanged here by creating the personal area network with high security. It will create one personal area network such that it is providing the very high security for the data transfer here. It uses the 2.4 gigahertz band available globally for the unlicensed low power uses here. Bluetooth supports applications including the data, audio, graphics, and even video contents here. Compared with the wireless LANs, Bluetooth has a lower data rate, but it has a embedded mechanisms to support voice applications also here. The data rate is lower compared to the wireless LAN here, but it is supporting the voice applications also here. Next, the Bluetooth network, that is how is the network topology here, technology. If you consider the Bluetooth networking here, mainly the Bluetooth networks we can divide into Piconets and the scatternet here. Piconet and the scatternet. If you observe here, this is one Piconet here. This is one Piconet. Here we will be having one master node and up to 7 slave nodes here. Or one master node, it is also called as the primary node, and the slave nodes are also called as the secondary nodes here. This is the structure of the Piconet here. This is one Piconet which is having one master node and up to 7 slave nodes here. Therefore, that particular communication between the slave nodes is directly, it is not possible, but they can communicate through this master node here. Here the one-to-one communication is also possible and one-to-many communication is also possible here. The Piconet, if you observe here, it is the Bluetooth network that consists of one primary, that is called as the master node, and 7 active secondary slave nodes here. The Piconet can have 8 active nodes, that is one master and 7 slaves here, or stations, with a distance of up to, it can cover up to 10 meter range here. There can be only one primary or master station in each Piconet. That is, in each Piconet, there can be only one master node here. But the up to 7 slave nodes are available, but the master node is only one here. The communication between primary and secondary can be one-to-one or one-to-many. Therefore, it can communicate from point to point. One-to-one communication is also possible and one-to-many communication is also possible here. All communications is between master and slave. Therefore, the slaves directly, they cannot communicate. Slave and slave communication is not possible here. All communication is possible between the master and the slave here. In addition to 7 active slave stations, a Piconet can have up to 255 parked nodes here. These are called as the parked nodes. These are slave stations, cannot take part in the communication because those are the parked stations here or the parked slave nodes here. Therefore, they cannot take part in the communication until they are moved from parked state to the active state here. Now, if you consider the scatter net here, what is the scatter net? This is one Piconet here and this is one Piconet. The combination of these two, collectively it is called as one scatter net here. And the main thing is it is the network, scatter net is the network of the Bluetooth such that one common device should be there which is sharing both the Piconets here. Then this combination it is called as the scatter net here. That is, it is a type of a network that is formed between two or more Piconets enabled devices. That is the Piconet enabled devices here. A scatter net made up of the at least two Piconets. It should have at least two Piconets. Then it is called as a combinedly in one scatter net here. Scatter net is a group of independent and non-synchronized Piconets that share at least one common Bluetooth device. If you observe here, this is the device which is sharing this Piconet as well as this Piconet, the Piconet 1 and Piconet 2. This is common here. Therefore, scatter net is a group of independent and non-synchronized Piconets that share at least one common Bluetooth device. There may be a maximum of 10 fully loaded Piconets in a scatter net. Therefore, here we have shown only two Piconets. What is the maximum range for the scatter net here? Up to 10 fully loaded Piconets can be there. Then that full 10 loaded Piconets, it is combined, it is called as the one scatter net here. Now the scatter net, if you consider the connection here, this is one Piconet here. This is the master node and these are the slave nodes here. This is one Piconet and this is one more Piconet here. This is the master node and these are the slave nodes here. Now combinedly this is forming one scatter net here, and this particular Bluetooth device, it is sharing this scatter net Piconet as well as this Piconet. Therefore, there should be at least one common Bluetooth device which should share the two Piconets here. Then this commonly it is called as the scatter net here. Now what is the Bluetooth protocol stack here? What is the layer diagram here? If you observe here the OSI model here, physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and the application layer. In the same fashion, what are the different layers and what are their functions here? First one is the RF layer. Second is the baseband layer. Next is the link controller and the link manager, host controller interface, L2 CAP layer, RF COM layer, and the application layer here. This is the layer or the protocol stack for the Bluetooth here. Now, what are the different applications? Here are the description of those particular layers. If you consider the radio layer, it is acting as the physically transmits or the receives the data. It is the same function as the physical layer in the OSI model here. Therefore, the main job of the radio layer is to physically transmit the signals and receive the signals or the data here. That is the main function. Next is the baseband and the link controller. What are the jobs of those? Is they control the physical transmission of the data. They are controlling, they are making possible the physical transmission of the data here. Link manager, it is the controls the link to the other devices, means establishing the link for the transmission of the data, and after completion releasing the links here. All those establishing, maintaining and releasing the links, all those are done by this link manager. Host controller is the main job is end-to-end communication. It will take care that whatever the data is transmitted from the A device, that at the end it will reach the device B. Therefore, from end to end up to the application layer, the signal is reaching. The main job of who will take care, that is the host controller here. Next is the logical link controller. That is the main job of this logical link controller is it will multiplexes or demultiplexes the data from the higher layers. During the time of the transmission, it will multiplexes the different applications and it will transmit. And during the time of the receiving process, it will demultiplexes here. Therefore, the main job of the logical link controller is multiplex and demultiplex here. Next is the RF COM, that is like the serial interface, RS-232 type of the serial interface. It is giving the service here. Next is the SDP. It allows the service discovery among the Bluetooth devices. That is identifying the Bluetooth devices and giving the different services here. That is the main job of this SDP layer. And the application layer is where all the different applications are running here. Therefore, this is the layer diagram for the particular Bluetooth architecture here. Next, the link types. Which are the different link types? Those are establishing between the devices here. There are mainly two types of the links. First one is the synchronous SCO link here. It is the point to point between the master and slave here. That is the point to point between the master and slave, used to carry real-time traffic here. That is for the voice transmission in all. This synchronous links are used here. Asynchronous links here. It is the point to multi-point between the master and slave here. It is not from one point to other point, but it is the point to multi-point here. Use the remaining slots on the channel. Whichever the remaining slots are there, those are used by this asynchronous links here. And the traffic scheduled by the master. The traffic is scheduled by the master here. That is the asynchronous link here. Now the Bluetooth transmission characteristics. Which are the different characteristics here? First one, Bluetooth operates in the unlicensed 2.4 GHz to 2.483 GHz industrial, scientific and the medical frequency here. For that particular band, 2.4 to 2.483 GHz. It is the faster and the secure technology. No limitation. Convenient and everywhere it can be used here. Short range communication technology. The Bluetooth, it is the short range communication technology and establishes the personal area network for the transmission of the data here. It is the low cost, low power technology, provides a small wireless network. Can connect up to 7 devices. And the ability to simultaneously handle data and voice transmission means parallelly it can handle voice information as well as the data information here. Now the Bluetooth applications. Which are the different applications of this particular technology? First one is the in laptops, notebooks and the wireless PCs. Second is the in mobile phones and the PDAs. In wireless headsets, in printers, to transfer data files, videos and images and MP3 or MP4. In wireless peripheral devices like mouse and keyboards. In data logging equipment. Medical devices. Those are the different set of the applications. If you observe here, these are the different pictures shown for the Bluetooth technology here application wise. Which are the different Bluetooth devices, like the Bluetooth wireless mouse is there, like wireless keyboard is there, correct? Like this different devices are there. Similarly here, the stethoscope, glucose monitoring, pulse oximeter, like these are the wireless devices here in the medical field, how they are used here. Now let us analyze this Bluetooth technology using this small video.
Hello everybody, today we are going to explain about Bluetooth technology in data transmission. My name is Chokin and I will explain the first part of the video. The second part of the video will be explained by my partner, Lai Min-ji. Actually, there are three wireless technology used nowadays: wireless wide area network, wireless local area network, and Bluetooth personal area network, which is also known as Bluetooth technology. Bluetooth is a short-range radio frequency technology. It operates at 2.4 GHz ISM band, which is set by international agreement. ISM band is available and unlicensed in most countries. Bluetooth is capable of transmitting voice and data. The purpose of the Bluetooth is to replace the usage of cable between connecting devices. In mobile work environment, office equipment communicate to each other without cable is convenient and inexpensive. Bluetooth data transmission is faster than infrared data association. Moreover, Bluetooth doesn't need line of sight to communicate between devices. Bluetooth is commonly used in PDA, commuter, cell phone, network access, music player, headset, and printer. Here is the interesting thing, how Bluetooth gets its name. Okay, the name of the Bluetooth comes from the very long ages. It was actually named after King Harald Bluetooth or Harald Bluetooth, a Viking 10th century king. He was unable to secure new lands for Viking settlement. He conquered all of Denmark and Norway. That's it. His conquest inspired a global wireless data transmission achieved through the cooperation of main companies in computers and telecommunication industry. The Bluetooth range is around 10 meters, which is about 30 feet. It is common. Depending on the device or the case that they are using, manufacturer can upgrade or downgrade the range limit. The range may be different depending on the class of radio used in implementation. Do you guys know that there are actually 3 cases of radio? Well, if you don't, take a look. Class 1. It is for industrial usage. The distance is 100 meters, which is 300 feet. Class 2. We use Class 2 for mobile devices. It can range around 10 meters, which is 30 feet. And Class 3 reaches 1 meter, which is just 3 feet.
Do you know how much power Class 2 radio used? It is only 2.5 milliwatt, so it can be set as low power consumption Bluetooth device. This is reinforced in the specification by allowing radios to be powered down when inactive. Do you think the Bluetooth data transmission can be interfered? The answer is no. RF devices such as baby monitor, garage door opener, cordless phone, and microwave ovens will not be interfered with the Bluetooth data transmission. The above devices operate under the ISM band, making sure they don't interfere with each other in the design process. That is, Bluetooth radio changes frequency at a very fast pace, which makes it unlikely to have interference from other RF devices. It also does not interfere with wireless local area network. They both coexist and use different ways to operate. Bluetooth can connect up to 8 devices continuously. All those devices are under 10-meter radius, but they won't interfere with each other because Bluetooth technology uses spread spectrum frequency hopping. This technique makes sure a device not to transmit on the same frequency with other devices at the same time. The advantages of Bluetooth technology are: it is easy to install in any electronic devices. It is a wireless device, so it is cheap. It can easily be connected with different devices. We can freely use it if the device has already installed the Bluetooth technology. It is widely used in different devices. It reduces possible health risk from radiated cellular headsets by using Bluetooth-enabled earset. No matter how good or latest the technology is, there are always disadvantages. So is Bluetooth technology. These are the disadvantages. It can be easily hacked into by anyone. If the Bluetooth is installed in a cell phone, then the cell phone is most likely to get viruses. Bluetooth only allows short-range communication between devices. Nowadays, the industries are trying to upgrade the Bluetooth technology to provide greater bandwidth and wider distances. By doing so, they can increase the potential platforms and applications used in emerging personal area networking marketplace. Here are the sources we did our research on Bluetooth technology. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much for listening.
Created using Powtoon.
Okay, I hope you have got the clear picture about the Bluetooth technology here. Now let us watch one more video.
Aspects, Bluetooth network. There are 2 types of Bluetooth network. Piconets. Scaternets. Piconets. The first type of Bluetooth network is called as a Piconet or a small net. It can have at the most 8 stations. One of them is called as a master and all others are called as slaves. All the slave stations are synchronized in all aspects with the master. A Piconet can have only one master station, shows Piconet. A master can also be called as a primary station and slaves are the secondary station. Piconet architecture. Bluetooth architecture. The communication between a master and slaves can be one-to-one or one-to-many. Note that the communication takes place between the master and slaves but no direct. Note, the communication takes place between the master and slaves but no direct communication takes place between slaves. The formation of a Piconet is governed by 2 factors. Address of each Bluetooth device. Clock associated with each device. Every device in a Piconet has been assigned with a 48-bit address which is similar to an Ethernet address. The address field is divided into 3 parts and the lower address part, LAP, is used for the purpose of Piconet identification, error checking, and security checks. Every device has a 28-bit clock which is called as a native clock. Its frequency is 3200 pulses per second, i.e. once in 3.12 us, because this is exactly twice the normal hopping rate of 1600 hops/second. A Piconet can have up to 7 active slaves at any given instant of time. In order to identify a slave, each one is assigned a locally unique active member address address. If a Bluetooth device is not associated with any Piconet, then it is said to be in standby mode. Scaternets. Many Piconets may exist simultaneously in a given area and they may even overlap each other. A scaternet is obtained by combining Piconets as shown in Fig. The Fig shows a scaternet consisting 2 Piconets. A slave in the first Piconet can act as a master in the second Piconet. It will receive the messages from the master in the first Piconet by acting as a slave and then delivers the message to the slaves in the second Piconet as shown in the figure. So the number of Piconets, the possibility of collisions increases. This will result in degradation of performance. Therefore a device can participate in 2 or more Piconets by means of the time sharing the process. To do so it must use the associated master's address and proper clock offset. A Bluetooth architecture device can act as a scaternet in that the utilization of bandwidth is not optimal. This happens because a device changes its role and takes part in different Piconets. Another important issue is the timing that a device would be missing when it participates in more than 1 Piconets. If a master of one Piconet temporarily becomes a slave in some other Piconet, then it will be missing from its own Piconet for that much time. This reduces the quality of the Bluetooth link. Welcome to Text to Speechmaker. Text to Speechmaker is an easy-to-use text-to-speech player that lets you listen to documents, emails or web pages instead of reading on screen. It also allows you to convert text to WAV MP3 or Vox files for listening later with your portable MP3 player.
Okay, students. Now let us move on to the MCQ quiz here. Okay, starting with the first question. Who was the founder of Bluetooth? Yes, try to answer this question. Option A, option B, option C and option D. Who was the founder of Bluetooth?
आपसे पूछा गया है हु वाज द फाउंडर ऑफ ब्लूटूथ, यानी कि ब्लूटूथ की खोज किसने की थी। तो इसका जो सही उत्तर है वो है ऑप्शन ए, एरिक्सन नाम का जो व्यक्ति था उन्होंने ब्लूटूथ की खोज की थी। दूसरा प्रश्न है अ वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजी
Next, a wireless technology built in electronics gadgets used for exchanging data over short distance is called Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, modem or the USB. Yes, what it is called as the for the short distance wireless technology. What is that?
तो इसमें जो है कम डिस्टेंस
try
तक
to
जो
answer.
डेटा को ट्रांसफर करने के लिए जिस तकनीक का हम इस्तेमाल
Yes,
करते
correct.
हैं
It is the
उसे हम क्या
Bluetooth.
कहते हैं, तो उसे कहते हैं हम ब्लूटूथ। तीसरा प्रश्न है
At a time, Bluetooth can connect up to dash devices here.
का जो डिवाइस है वो
8,
कितने
4
डिवाइसेस
and
से कनेक्ट
6.
हो सकता है।
How
तो
many
एक समय
devices
में
it
जो वो
can
डिवाइस
connect?
है वो 7 डिवाइसेस से कनेक्ट हो सकता है। तो वो क्या है, वो 7 डिवाइसेस से
Either
कनेक्ट
it
हो
is
सकता है,
2,
लेकिन
8,
फिर
4
भी
or
एक डिवाइस है
6.
जो कि ब्लूटूथ
Yes,
की
right. It is
टेक्नोलॉजी
the
को
up to
यूज कर रहा
8
है। तो ऐसे में यहाँ
devices.
पर हो जाते हैं पूरे 8, यानी कि ब्लूटूथ का जो नेटवर्क होता है वो टोटल 8 डिवाइसेस का बन सकता है। चौथा प्रश्न है
Next,
द नेटवर्क
the network
यूजिंग
established
ब्लूटूथ
using
टेक्नोलॉजी इज
Bluetooth
कॉल्ड, यानी कि
technology is called a
ब्लूटूथ टेक्नोलॉजी का
local
इस्तेमाल
area
करके जो
network,
नेटवर्क
wide area
बनाया जाता है
network,
उस नेटवर्क को हम क्या
metropolitan
कहते
area
हैं,
network
तो
or
उस
the
नेटवर्क
personal
को हम
area
पैन कहते
network.
हैं, यानी कि
LAN,
पर्सनल एरिया
WAN, MAN or
नेटवर्क।
the
यानी
PAN.
कि
It is
आप
the
अपने दोस्त के
PAN
साथ
here,
जो है
personal area
डेटा शेयर कर रहे हैं, तो ये
network
आपका
here.
पर्सनल डेटा, आपका पर्सनल नेटवर्क है, तो इसे हम पर्सनल एरिया नेटवर्क बोलते हैं। पांचवा
Next,
प्रश्न है
Bluetooth signals have a range of,
डैश, यानी
what
कि
is the
जब कोई
range here?
ब्लूटूथ
How
के
much
सिग्नल
distance
होते
they
हैं
can cover?
उनकी रेंज कितनी होती है, यानी कि आप ब्लूटूथ डिवाइसेस के माध्यम से
1,
कितनी
5,
दूरी
10 or
तक
100
डिवाइसेस
meter.
को जो है डेटा ट्रांसफर
Which is
कर
the
सकते
correct
हैं। तो इसकी
option?
जो
Yes, it
मैक्सिमम
is
दूरी
the
होती है वो होती है
10
आपकी 10
meter
मीटर।
here. Up
इसे
to
हम
10 meter
30
they
फीट
can
भी
cover
बोल
the
सकते
range.
हैं। छठा प्रश्न है ब्लूटूथ
Bluetooth network is called a Piconet,
Scatternet,
Scatternet,
नेटवर्क होता है
BlueNet,
उसे हम क्या कहते
Hitson.
हैं? तो उस
What is the
नेटवर्क को
name?
हम
That is the
पीको नेट बोलते हैं।
Piconet
पीको
here.
यानी कि बिल्कुल छोटा नेटवर्क। सातवां प्रश्न है एन
An interconnected
ऑफ
collection of
पिकोनेट
Piconet is
आर
called
यानी
as
कि
the
जब बहुत सारे पिकोनेट
Scatternet,
बन जाते हैं यानी
Micronet,
कि अलग
Mininet or
अलग
the
ब्लूटूथ के नेटवर्क हैं वो
Multinet.
पिकोनेट है और वो
What
पिकोनेट
is the
बहुत
name?
सारे हो जाते हैं तो वो सब
Collection
मिलकर
of
के
the
जो
Piconet,
एक
it is
नया
called as
नेटवर्क
the
बनाते हैं उस नेटवर्क को हम क्या बोलते हैं? तो
Scatternet.
उसे हम
Yes,
स्कैटर नेट
correct.
बोलते हैं। तो इसका सही उत्तर है ऑप्शन ए। आठवां प्रश्न है
Next,
अनऑथराइज्ड
unauthorized
इंफॉर्मेशन
access
फ्रॉम
of
ए वायरलेस
information
डिवाइस
from a
थ्रू
wireless
ए
device
ब्लूटूथ कनेक्शन इज
through a
कॉल्ड यानी
Bluetooth
कि
connection is called as
अनऑथराइज्ड
the,
एक्सेस यानी कि
what is
ब्लूटूथ के
that
माध्यम से कोई
unauthorized
आपके
accessing
डिवाइसेस
of
को
the
एक्सेस
data
करने की
through
कोशिश
that
करना आपके
Bluetooth
डिवाइस
device?
को
It is called as
हैक
what
करने की
here?
कोशिश कर रहा है तो
Let's
उस
check out
स्थिति
the
में उस
options here.
प्रोसेस को हम क्या बोलते हैं? तो उस प्रोसेस को हम
Yes, it is the
ब्लू
option
स्नैफिंग
B.
बोलते हैं यानी कि ऑप्शन बी यहाँ पर आपका बिल्कुल सही है जिसमें ब्लूटूथ कनेक्शन के माध्यम से भी आपके डिवाइस को हैक किया जा सकता है। नौवां प्रश्न है विच ऑफ
Next,
द फॉलोइंग इज
which of
नॉट
the
ट्रू
following is
अबाउट
not
ब्लूटूथ?
true
तो
about
ब्लूटूथ
Bluetooth?
को लेकर दिए गई ऑप्शन
Just
में
check
से
out the
कौन सी
options
बात
here.
सत्य
Which
नहीं
option
है?
is not
ऑप्शन
correct?
ए दिया है ब्लूटूथ हैज ए बैंडविड्थ ऑफ 720 किलोबाइट पर सेकेंड। तो ये जो बात है बिल्कुल सही है। ब्लूटूथ की जो बैंडविड्थ होती है यानी कि एक टाइम में ब्लूटूथ की मैक्सिमम जो स्पीड होती है कि कितना डेटा वो ट्रांसफर कर सकता है। तो आप सभी जानते हैं ब्लूटूथ के माध्यम से जब हम डेटा ट्रांसफर करते हैं तो बहुत ही कम मात्रा में बहुत ही ज़्यादा टाइम लग जाता है हमें किसी भी फाइल को ट्रांसफर करने में। तो उसकी स्पीड होती है मैक्सिमम 720 kbps।
Which option is
दूसरा ऑप्शन है
not
ब्लूटूथ हैज ए
true
रेंज
for
ऑफ
the
30 फीट यानी कि
Bluetooth
ब्लूटूथ की जो रेंज होती है
technology?
मैक्सिमम वो 30 फीट होती है। तो
Yes.
मैंने अभी आपको बताया था इसकी ज़्यादातर रेंज होती है
Which is
आपकी
the
10
correct
मीटर
option?
जिसे हम 30 फीट भी बोल सकते हैं। ऑप्शन सी दिया है ब्लूटूथ इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी अ लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजी। तो ये बात बिल्कुल गलत है। क्यों? क्योंकि लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस के लिए जो है ब्लूटूथ टेक्नोलॉजी का
Yes, it
इस्तेमाल
is
नहीं
the,
किया
it
जाता
is
है।
the not a
तो यहाँ पर
long
इस
distance
प्रश्न में
wireless
ऑप्शन सी
technology. This
आपका
is
बिल्कुल
not true
सही
here
है।
because it is the
10वां
short
प्रश्न है
distance
पेयरिंग
here.
इज द प्रोसेस। पेयरिंग
Pairing
क्या
is the
होता है? आप
process
सभी
of
जानते हैं जब भी आप
using a two
ब्लूटूथ के
Bluetooth
माध्यम से अपने
devices
मोबाइल
from
को
the
कनेक्ट
same
करते हैं अपने
company
फ्रेंड के साथ तो
using
उस समय आपके
compatible
पास ऑप्शन
Bluetooth
मिलता है
devices,
पेयर
connecting
विद
Bluetooth
डिवाइसेस।
device to
ठीक है जब आप
one
पेयर का
another,
ऑप्शन पर क्लिक
requiring the
करते हैं तो
use
आपको
of
पता
two
चलता है कि
Bluetooth
कितने
devices to
डिवाइसेस हैं
accomplish the
जिन्होंने ब्लूटूथ
specific
को
task
ऑन
here.
किया हुआ
Which
है।
is the
तो
correct option?
पेयरिंग जो प्रोसेस होता है वो क्या होता है? तो यहाँ पे ऑप्शन दिए गए यूजिंग टू ब्लूटूथ डिवाइसेस फ्रॉम सेम कंपनी गलत
Let's
है।
check out.
ऑप्शन बी है
Pairing means which one is
यूजिंग
the correct?
कंपैटिबल ब्लूटूथ डिवाइसेस ये भी गलत है। ऑप्शन सी कनेक्टिंग ब्लूटूथ डिवाइसेस टू वन अनदर। तो ये बात
Yes,
आपकी
it is connecting the Bluetooth device to one another. That particular process is called as the pairing here. Thank you for watching. In the next session, we will learn about the Wi-Fi and the hotspot. Thank you.